In the ancient city of Rajagaha, where the Buddha often resided, a scorching heatwave swept through the land, leaving the people parched and weary. Day after day, the sun blazed mercilessly, turning the once green fields into arid deserts. Amidst the sweltering heat, the Buddha stood beneath the shade of a towering Bodhi tree, observing the suffering that had befallen the people. His heart filled with compassion as he witnessed their struggles, both with the physical discomfort and the deeper anguish of life's challenges. One morning, as the sun began to rise in the sky, an extraordinary sight unfolded before the Buddha's eyes. Instead of the usual solitary sun, there were 7 suns, their fiery rays merging together and intensifying the scorching heat. The people of Rajagaha gazed up at the sky in awe and fear, uncertain of what this celestial phenomenon meant. They sought the wisdom of the Buddha, gathering at the foot of the Bodhi tree, seeking relief from the unbearable heat. With a calm and serene demeanor, the Buddha addressed the crowd, using the sight of the 7 suns as a metaphor for the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, the endless journey of existence. These 7 suns represent the world, bound by the cycle of samsara, the Buddha explained, his voice carrying the weight of profound wisdom. Just as the sun scorched the earth and caused suffering, so too does the cycle of existence lead to pain and unsatisfactoriness. He spoke of the impermanence of life, how all things arise and pass away, subject to constant change. He described the endless cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, where beings are caught in the relentless wheel of existence, experiencing joy and sorrow, pleasure and pain. As the people listened, they felt a deep resonance with the Buddha's words. They recognized the truth in his teachings, as they had witnessed the impermanence and suffering in their own lives and the lives of those around them. The Buddha continued, offering a path to liberation from this cycle of suffering, the Noble Eightfold Path. He explained that by cultivating right understanding, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration, one could break free from the bondage of samsara and attain nirvana, the ultimate state of liberation and peace. As the Buddha spoke, the people felt a glimmer of hope within their hearts. They saw the possibility of transcending the cycle of suffering and finding true happiness and contentment. Embracing the teachings of the Buddha, the people of Rajagaha began to walk the path of the Noble Eightfold Path. They practiced mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom, seeking to free themselves from the illusions of worldly existence. Over time, the extraordinary sight of the 7 suns in the sky faded away, but the wisdom of the Buddha's teachings remained etched in the hearts of the people. The story of the 7 suns spread far and wide, carried by the lips of those who had heard the Buddha's words. It became a potent reminder of the impermanence and unsatisfactoriness of worldly existence and the path to liberation from suffering. In the centuries that followed, the teachings of the Buddha continued to guide countless beings on their journey towards liberation. The story of the 7 suns remained a symbol of awakening, reminding humanity of the profound wisdom that lies beyond the illusions of the material world. In contemporary times, the story of the 7 suns holds profound significance. In a world dominated by constant change and uncertainties, it serves as a reminder of the impermanence of all things and the suffering inherent in worldly existence. The story calls us to reflect on the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth that governs our lives and the lives of all sentient beings. It invites us to question our attachments and desires, recognizing that true liberation lies in transcending the illusion of the material world. Moreover, the story inspires us to walk the path of the Noble Eightfold Path, cultivating mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom. By doing so, we can find solace in the midst of life's challenges and work towards liberation from the cycle of suffering. In conclusion, the story of the 7 suns paints a vivid picture of a scorching heat wave and the suffering it brought to the people of Rajagaha. The Buddha used this sight as a metaphor for the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, illustrating the inherent suffering in worldly existence. He then offered the path to liberation through the Noble Eightfold Path. The story serves as a timeless reminder of the impermanence and unsatisfactoriness of worldly existence, urging us to seek liberation and peace through mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom. May we all find inspiration from the story of the seven sons and embrace the teachings that lead us towards freedom from suffering.